Next story I wanted to cover here is recently Hall of Famer John Stockton went on the DMPCD podcast for an interview, and they got into a conversation, and he starts blasting LeBron for having team influence for whichever team with whichever team he's playing on. And during his interview, he said, and I quote, it'd be maddening as a teammate to know that you can be expendable for one of his guys that he thinks he needs to play with. Also, he said a little bit more in his interview, and I quote, because he was also criticizing modern day players and criticizing modern day player movement. He feels a lot of players today, instead of trying to compete against each other and beat each other, they all want to play together. This is what he said, and I quote, I like where guys just tighten up their belt up and say, you know what, let's go to work. We've just got to get better. We got to play harder. We got to play smarter. Instead of just where's the grass greener, I'm going to go there and win a championship. I think it devalues that. You're not climbing the mountain. You're taking a helicopter to the top. Now, Stockton is not the only one who's criticized LeBron for having team influence or perceived team influence, however you want to look at it. Of course, a lot of people on social media has given LeBron the nickname LeGM due to the fact that he's had a lot of people perceive that he has great influence over the front office and forcing trades for guys that he likes in order to help him win a championship. But also, Stockton being the veteran Hall of Famer that he is, that's still a business at the end of the day. Teams trade players all the time, all day, every day. This is nothing new, and it's not always the star players forcing those trades. Sometimes it's the front office because they're under pressure by the owners trying to get better, trying to create a competitive team or a championship contender. Because if they don't, they'll get fired. Now, could LeBron definitely have influence over that? Definitely possible. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true, and I'm not saying it's not true either, because I'm not in those front offices every day. And I wasn't in the front offices in Miami, Cleveland, or LA. But a lot of star players have influence over who they play with. Look at the Golden State Warriors. The year they were winning 73 games, they were constantly recruiting KD. For that whole season, they were recruiting him to join them. You don't think that they were going up to Bob Myers' office, talk to them about having KD join the team? If you think they didn't, then you believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. A lot of star players use their influence with their front offices to a certain extent. I don't think LeBron is the first, and I don't think he's going to be the last. Now, also, as far as his comments on player movement, now, do I think players should keep on moving from team to team? No, but that's why it's called free agency. Those players are free to move wherever they want. However we may feel about it. And also, I've noticed is when everybody brings up this conversation about how players should stay loyal to teams and try to win rings with that team, y'all only big up the guys who won. Y'all don't big up the guys who tried to do it and didn't win. Y'all don't big up Reggie Miller. Y'all don't big up Karl Malone. You definitely don't big up Patrick Ewing, who was with the Knicks majority of his career. You know, he was with Seattle at the tail end of his career. Y'all don't big up those guys for trying to compete for championships. The main thing y'all love to yell is, well, they didn't win. So I asked myself this question. If LeBron had stayed his whole career in Cleveland and hadn't won a ring, how would y'all perceive him? Would y'all be praising him for trying to stick it out with the Cavs? Or would y'all be saying, well, he didn't win, he shouldn't have left? Just something to think about, because some NBA fans and content creators sometimes talk out of both sides of their neck. Y'all praise Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG for getting together in Boston, talking about, well, they were old. But y'all dog LeBron, KD, and them for going to different teams. So y'all giving them a lifetime achievement pass. Just saying. But a lot of star players have had some perceived influence with their front office. I don't care who you are. And it's not just in the NBA, it's in the NFL. Peyton Manning had influence with his front offices to a certain extent. Because matter of fact, when he was with the Broncos, he was trying to get them to trade Joe Thomas there. So LeBron ain't the only superstar that has influence with the front office, and he's not going to be the last.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUs.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.